Moments after the credits rolled on Superman 2025, I was left kinda empty. Don't get me wrong, I thought it was a fine movie overall, but if I'm being real, it felt like there was something missing. My ass. It just wasn't lifted, you know? That gratifying emotion you feel when you see a character you're rooting for overcome the odds even when the situation they're mired in seems impossible to get out of. That feeling. I don't think there was really any shortage of that in this rendition of Superman, but I don't know. To me, those moments just kinda fell flat. Now, before you guys raid the comment section and rip me a new asshole saying, "Is that it, bro?" No, there were other issues I had with this movie, but I'm not gonna get into that as this isn't a review. But listen, I gotta be honest. I enjoyed Man of Steel more than Superman 2025. I know. Both Superman movies have their strengths and weaknesses. I think everyone can agree on that. Man of Steel was widely criticized of it being somewhat akin to misery porn. The movie carried a darker tone, and this product can't defend. Superman generally just seemed indifferent to those dying around him. Brother was literally aura farming during entire massacres. A lot of people argue that Zack Snyder's depiction of Superman stood in relatively modest contrast to how he's usually presented. Superman 2025 had my boy Cal saving everything. He even saved the screw out.
Look, it is a screw out. Modern.
I would definitely say that was an aspect of Superman that was far more solid in the modern version. But to me, that was basically the only part of the entire package I thought was superior to Man of Steel. Oh, and the relationship between him and Lois Lane, but I don't give a flying finnuck about that. Man of Steel was far more impactful and gripping to me than Superman 2025. One of the reasons I probably feel this way is because Man of Steel featured Superman's progression throughout his life, whereas Superman 2025 didn't. It just started off pretty abruptly with him plummeting into a sheet of snow after some expository text. I'm definitely with Jamie Boy when he says we don't need to see origin stories anymore, but I definitely do think in the case of Man of Steel, it added on to the raw emotion of the overarching story, the trial and error, the journey of becoming the lovable, heroic figure we all know him as today. In Man of Steel, when you look at the scene of Superman attempting to fly for the first time, there's just a very exhilarating feeling. You find yourself wanting to cheer him on. The sheer cinematics and everything Man of Steel Supes did was phenomenal. Every action Henry Cavill took had moxie. Big protein, 150 grams of protein, and I mean protein. No hate to David Corenswet. He fits the role of Superman perfectly, and I honestly couldn't be happier with his performance. But if we were to compare Henry Cavill to David Corenswet in terms of Superman-ness, Henry Cavill takes it and runs every single time. To me, modern Superman looks like a Gen Zer's idea of what Superman is. Don't get me wrong, bro. He still looks fantastic, but he looks like his job is to give me financial advice at Wells Fargo. Fuck this bank, by the way. I hate it. If you go to google.com right now and search Superman comics, you'll find that Henry Cavill fits the look of Superman far better than Corenswet, and it's kind of a landslide. I ain't gonna lie. Every action scene except maybe the ending where Superman does that crazy spin move to shake off Lex Luthor's butt buddies and that one high-speed Beyblade laser I-beam maneuver didn't really rock me on a fundamental level. Every punch Supes through in Man of Steel had much more weight and impact. The battles felt like they had higher stakes. They were more chaotic, and they appeared much more in line with how an actual superhero as capable as Superman would throw down. I don't know, man. Now, hold on, be calm. This might be a little controversial, but I genuinely believe that Mr. Terrific, of all characters, despite not really having a lot of screen time on film, kinda decimated Superman in raw aura points. Listen. I'm not even joking when I say this, but I think he outshined Superman's performance pretty much throughout the entire movie with the little presence he had. I gotta put the caveat out there, I'm not very familiar with Superman's comic book run, so I could very well be talking out of my ass right now. If you're watching this video and you've gotten to this point, tell me what you think in the comments below. Am I dumb? Retarded even? If you're a mega DC stan and disagree with my overall take, let me know your perspective on this topic. This goes for the casuals too. Despite my opinions, I believe both movies were invaluable contributions to Superman as an overall character. James Gunn and Zack Snyder's takes on the symbol of truth, justice, and the American way are equally as valid and deserve celebration. I wanted to leave you guys with a clip from Man of Steel that exemplifies why I prefer Man of Steel over Superman. This scene to me was 95% better than the entirety of Superman. To me.
Get closer, come on, push!
Northcom, this is Guardian. Are we cleared to make the drop?
Negative, Guardian.